Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with a video on the pond ecology, or really just aquatic ecology. And we're going to be talking about the food web again today, and we're going to be talking more about mosquitoes. And I'm sure that you might be thinking, well, why are we looking at fish? But this fish is actually named the mosquito fish. And the main reason being is because it eats mosquito larvae. Now I've got some mosquito larvae in this little jar, and I apologize, it's not the greatest footage that you're gonna have, but I've got some down in here and they've eaten some. I just don't have a tank right now and the patience or a tripod to set up, but I'm gonna try to feed my big barrel of mosquito fish and video that for y'all, at least from an above view. But I want to talk about mosquitoes a little bit, and I think too many people want to eradicate mosquitoes, and I am not for having a cesspool where skeeters breed and just overtake your house, and you don't want to go outside because it's just so miserable because they're constantly biting you, or you have to put on some kind of toxic spray. I'm not for that, but I think that we should focus more on controlling mosquitoes rather than eliminating them, because they are part of the ecosystem. They are a huge part of the ecosystem. We would lose so many species if we lost mosquitoes tomorrow. Now, depending on the breed, or well, I shouldn't say breed, this is a species of mosquito, will depend on how many eggs they lay. So they lay anywhere from 50 to 500 eggs in a clutch, and they'll do that after feeding on you or some other animal. Now, these mosquito fish will eat, an adult female will anyway, which is the largest one, will eat 100 a day. So you don't have to be a mathematician to figure that out real quick, that holy crap, you need a whole lot of mosquitoes to feed these little mosquito fish. So this is one of the things, if you're going to have a pond, I highly recommend having some of these mosquito fish. Now, you can order them online, you can even get them on Amazon, but odds are that somebody who has a stock pond around you, or has just any kind of waterway, or even some people that keep aquariums will keep them, because they're basically like a North American guppy. But I'm not going to go too much into them just yet, because I want to mainly focus on the mosquito in this video. Alright, so another thing that eats mosquitoes, which really doesn't eat the larvae, eats the adult mosquitoes, is the dragonfly, aka the mosquito hawk. And they'll eat 200, around 200, they may eat a little more, a little less, mosquitoes a day. And when you think about all of those little mosquitoes having to survive as larvae with everything that's going to eat them, and then emerge and find a meal while you've got something that can fly at 45 miles an hour coming after you, that can be a pretty challenging task. That's why they're able to proliferate so well, is because they do have so many predators. Now, you will have areas where you don't have fish and you don't have insects, maybe, to handle the mosquito problems if you're doing your system in a less than optimal way, and you will have problems with mosquitoes. Now, the thing is you're going to have to deal with them to a point. If they don't have anything to bite and suck blood and make babies, then the dragonflies go away and the mosquito fish go away. So we want them to hang around. Another thing that will also eat the mosquito larvae are the larvae of the dragonflies. And I can actually zoom in here on this cattail, and you can see right there, there's the shell of one of the larvae that climbed up out of the water and emerged as an adult dragonfly. So if you like dragonflies, which I do, and you want them to stick around, you need the mosquitoes. So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for talking about the mosquitoes, what I am going to do is I'm going to stop the video here, and then later tonight, when you can actually see in the fish barrel I've got where I've got my mosquito fish, I'm going to get y'all a little bit of footage with a flashlight where you can see really, really good, and let y'all see just how vigorously those mosquito fish take care of those larvae. But we'll go and do that tonight, and I'll do an outro for the video. Alright, so now that it's dark, we can see the mosquito fish in the barrel here really well. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this wastewater that I have that's from the ducks, and we're going to scoop out some of these mosquito larvae. As you can see, they're really tiny because I come out here every single day and scoop them out and get more. But we're going to watch them feed here for just a second and talk about this. Oh yeah, this is good footage. You can see them eating, just tearing them up. But I come out here every day and do that. So let's talk about real quick before we close the video out, how to make habitat for mosquitoes and mosquito larvae. Now, you can have something like what I've got right here, where I've got just a tank that's got a place for mosquitoes to come and lay their larvae. But here's the thing about it. It is like building a fire out in the middle of the woods and then walking off and leaving it if you do not harvest regularly from this. If you just have a tub where you're collecting mosquito larvae and you're not going and collecting from it, at least every 3 days at the very least, you will have mosquito problems. That's just the way it is. I know when I kept aquariums, I used a method of doing Daphnia water fleas, sort of like what I'm doing right here, but with mosquito larvae. You basically just have a tank that's stagnant water, and as long as you keep scooping out of it, more mosquitoes, as you can see, will come in and lay their eggs, and they'll create that food source for your little fish like these mosquito fish. As you can see, they've just about wiped out what I put in there, and I'm going to scoop out some more and feed to them. But that's one way. And then another way is just creating skinny water, which is just shallow water in your ponds. But what you want to make sure that you do is, if you integrate it, you want to make sure that the water is at least deep enough for the mosquito fish to get in there and get those mosquito larvae. So if you're going to do this method, which would be a way to do it if you had like a small garden pond that you kept some native fish like some bluegill or other sunfish in, and you had, say, like a tub like this, and then you had a few of these tubs where you kept your mosquito fish, and then you had a little pond that you dipped mosquito fish out of this and fed it to the bluegill. And you could do some other stuff with tadpoles and various other foods like insects and worms that would be good for your bluegill. So that would just be an example. So either create skinny water or create a stagnant water. But if you do this method, you really want to stay on top of this. I mean, it's one of those things, don't let it go for a week, because you'll end up with some serious mosquito populations, and we don't want that. But anyway, time to end this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope that everyone enjoys this, because I really enjoy talking about this, and hope to make 5 or 6 more videos on the pond ecology and how you can apply it to your aquaculture systems that you have on your homestead. But if you like this, leave a like, and if you got anything to add or any questions, leave them down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel to see the rest of this little pond ecology series, and if you like anything that's pertaining to aquaculture, permaculture, or homesteading, I drop a video every day. So I appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.